with Seek First Adventure, and we are on week 2 of our Airstream renovation project. We have pretty much everything gutted out of the interior. The next thing I'm going to be working on is pulling all the interior skins off, and that's going to expose the interior ribs and the structure of the Airstream, as well as all the insulation. We're going to be getting rid of all the old pink insulation, and we're going to be putting all new insulation in there. Once we get the skins off, we're going to clean up the inside, power wash everything, and then from there we're going to be addressing the rivets and the windows. I want to get it really sealed up before I go ahead and start on working on the subfloor. I want to make sure it's not leaking whenever I, pull the subfloor and start addressing the frame. That's going to be something that I want to, once I get that repaired, once I get that stuff going, I don't want to have water still coming in and messing up the work that I've done. So I got to get all the rivets on the exterior replaced. The windows need the film removed, so I'm going to have to rebuild those. So one of the other things I'm going to have to start thinking about and working on once I get the skins off is getting all of the electrical designed and have a diagram for that. I want to be putting a second AC in. This one only has one. Most of the Airstreams, I want to say like before the mid-2000s, only had one AC. And we live in Texas, and so one AC is not going to cut it, especially whenever we build out the back to be a bedroom. We're going to have a door on there, and so we're going to have to put an AC in the back. So that means we're going to have to upgrade to a 50 amp system, electrical system, and have basically all new circuit breaker, hookup, all that stuff. So that's one of the things that I'm going to have to figure out and design. There's a helicopter that keeps flying over. This is about the 3rd time it's passed over. I'm not sure what's going on. But I'm going to have to figure out all the electrical and design that while we got the skins off, and we're going to install that when we get to that point. That's going to be a little bit further on down the road. Obviously once everything's sealed up and once we get the floors in, so we're probably still 5-6 months out before we're really doing that. That may accelerate, I'm not 100% sure, but we're just going on a really conservative timeline as of right now. And wanting to make sure we get everything exactly how we want it and absolutely perfect and not rushing anything, because we want to get the job done right and make it all look great. So here we go.
Baby
Alright, so we got most of the interior skins off in here, and it's looking pretty awesome. We got just the bare structure, the skeleton of it. So what do you think, Levi? How's it looking?
Good.
Yeah? Are we doing a good job?
Yeah.
What's been your favorite thing so far?
That I carried the bar I wanted to.
Oh yeah? Yeah, is that fun?
Yeah.
You helping out?
Okay.
Awesome. What are you excited about with the Airstream? Excited to travel to cool places, to live in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
And right now my favorite part of it, that it's like a cord jungle.
It's a cord jungle. And there's all the cords hanging down from all the electrical.
Yeah.
Should you swing from them?
No.
Probably not, no, it wouldn't hold you.
Yeah, and it would zap you.
Well, luckily it's not hooked up to power,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't zap you. Otherwise, me cutting wires would have been problematic.
Yeah.
But if it had been, it would have been zapped.
Yeah.
So, very cool, very
Yeah.
cool.
I like the jungle.
You like the jungle?
Hey, Alma,
Uh-huh.
if I did one of those thick ones, it would kind of hold me.
Back here in the back, it's pretty freaking disgusting. There's definitely some rats that have been making this their home. You can see all the places that they tunneled. There's just rat poop everywhere. It's freaking gross. So we're so glad we're ripping all this crap out, because that's just disgusting. And it's done. We got all the skins off. We got all the insulation out. It was a pretty rough job, especially here in Texas with the 100-degree weather we got going on. And as you can see, we still got all the electrical hanging out in here. I want to leave that in here for a little bit to kind of help with drawing out the schematic for all the electrical that I'm going to do. I'm going to use the original wires as kind of a guide. I have a pretty good idea of how electrical systems work, how all of this is going to go back together, but I want to have a really good plan down on paper as far as the electrical goes. That's not something that you want to mess up, and I'm going to also have an electrician help me out with some of that and go over the plans and just make sure everything's good, especially since we're upgrading from the original 30 amp system to a 50 amp with going with dual air conditioners. So that's going to be probably part of the next projects. There's always multiple projects going on. We got that, and whenever we got all the skins off, and I realized this earlier on, but the majority of the exterior rivets are not the original buck rivets. They're the Olympic rivets, which are generally just used for repair. So my guess is there was potentially a lot of exterior skins that were either replaced or just rivets were replaced, and whenever you have the interior skins on, you can't use buck rivets. So we're going to have to go back through and probably replace about 80 to 90% of the rivets on this thing. So that's going to be a pretty big job. It's going to take quite some time, so that'll keep us busy for a while. Thank you for watching this video, and go ahead and subscribe below. We would really appreciate you just following along on our journey. You can also follow us on Instagram. That is also in the description below. And depending on when you see this video, our website may or may not be up. But if it is, then the link will be in the video below as well.